sign into the Lineup Analyzer, go to draftanalyzer.com and click on the Lineup Analyzer link. Enter the same username and password you used for the Draft Analyzer associated with your license. Press sign in and you'll immediately see all of the leagues you have created in the Draft Analyzer automatically appear in the Lineup Analyzer. You can also add leagues, you can change roster settings for existing leagues or new leagues, and view or edit the scoring rules as well. Any changes you make in the Lineup Analyzer will be automatically saved with your same league in the Draft Analyzer. The Lineup Analyzer will show all the players you have on your roster, either in the starters or bench area. There's an Optimize Lineup button that will immediately put all the best players according to your roster settings and scoring rules in the starters section and the other players in the bench area. If you need to add players to your roster that you've picked up since your draft, simply click Add Players, type in their first or last name, and click Add to Bench. That player will be added to your roster, and when you click Optimize Lineup, that player will be placed in the starting position if they are better than your previous player at that position. The columns included in the Lineup Analyzer include the player's bye week, projected points for that weekend based on your scoring rules and our projected stats that we provide for 300 plus players each week of the season, that player's opponent, and then some very key information regarding each player's opponent that's unique to the Lineup Analyzer. First off, points allowed by that opponent for players at that position so far this season. So on average, the Seattle Seahawks are giving up 14 points to their opposing quarterbacks each week. The next column is the percent above or below the league average. So Seahawks are give up slightly fewer points on average than the rest of the league, although not by much. The final column shows whether it's a good or bad matchup for that player. So for example, Hines Ward is playing Detroit this weekend. On average, Detroit is giving up 28 points to wide receivers, which is 34% above the league average, and therefore a very good matchup for Hines Ward. On the flip side, Oakland, despite being a horrible team, is actually giving up very few points on average to wide receivers. They're giving up 16 points each weekend, which is 22% below the league average. So for Mario Manningham, it might be a slightly more challenging matchup, and you may expect him to get below his season average. However, Oakland's offense is so bad that fantasy team defenses are faring extremely well against Oakland and averaging 57% above the league average, which is obviously a very good matchup for the Giants defense heading into this weekend. If you want to create a new league, simply click the Add League button, type in your league name, click Create League. A league will be created with all the default settings, but you can obviously go in there and change your roster settings or scoring rules as needed, and then add the players to your roster by simply typing in their first or last name. If you use the Tab key, you don't need to use the mouse. You can just tab to the Add to Bench button, press Enter, and tab back, making it a lot easier to enter a bunch of players. Just enter a few here as an example. But after you enter all the players, they'll all be entered on your bench. You can individually press the Start button, use the Drop button to remove players from your roster, and then when you're ready, press the Optimize Lineup button, and the Lineup Analyzer will automatically, based on the projected stats for the upcoming weekend, place the best players as your starters and the other players on your bench. This is a beta release of the Lineup Analyzer, and therefore we'd love to have your feedback as to how we can improve this to better suit your needs going forward. We're certainly going to add new features to this app and want to make sure that we address your needs first and foremost. So please send us an email, support@draftanalyzer.com, with all of your thoughts and ideas. Thank you very much.